Or are we just looking for it now?
That's the question, isn't it?
And that's exactly what Komal Jain is here to tell us. Let's welcome her to stage with a huge round of applause.
Okay, flashback time. 2 weeks ago, I didn't know I would be doing this. And I didn't even have a topic. But my friends had this magic level belief in me that I can pull this off. So I thought, okay, let's talk about belief. And that got me thinking, how many times do we borrow belief from others? How often does belief actually work in reverse, finding us before we can find it? A while ago, I started spotting hearts. Not literally, quite literally. Well, in sidewalk cracks, in tree branches, in the loops of my charger. And at first I thought it was just me seeing things, a coincidence perhaps. But then it happened again, and again, and again. And then one day in class I said something which changed everything. I said, it started off as me finding hearts, but somehow hearts are finding me now. And that is what I want to talk about today. See, it started as a fun little thing, a quirky little habit that I had. But now, hearts are finding me. Well, that is the entire story of belief. At first, we have to look for it. We chase reassurance. We wait for signs. We hope for proof. But at a point, something shifts. Belief becomes something that finds us rather than us looking for it. And if you spot enough, it starts spotting you too. And if something as simple as a heart shape could work like that, what else could? Ever heard of the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon? No? Let me explain. It's when you learn a new word and suddenly you start hearing it everywhere. It's when you buy a new red car and suddenly the entire city is a parade of red cars. It's not magic, it's not coincidence either. It's your brain's reticular activating system. Its job is to filter the world around you. It basically decides what to filter out and what to highlight. It tells you what you notice and what you ignore. And that is at work when we heart spot. Well, you might ask, what would happen if we didn't believe? Well, pretty much the same thing, just less consciously, less intentionally, and less obviously. Whatever you look for or whatever you believe in, good or bad, your brain will scan for proof of it. For example, a friend tells you that, hey, you're not good at this, and suddenly you start believing it. Why? Because your brain is looking for proof. It's called confirmation bias, our tendency to look for and reinforce things that we already believe in. The friend example that I gave, and a lot of examples on a day-to-day basis that work like that. Right now, you're one of the two kinds of people in the room. The first, you're already thinking, hey, even I've spotted a heart before, just never thought about it like that. And the second, cool talk, I've never spotted a heart randomly, what does this have to do with me? To both of you I say, watch what happens after today. Because now that I've told you about this, you will see a heart. Why again? Because your brain will be looking. And when you do, you will think of this moment right here. And that, my friends, is pretty much the entire point. We like to think that belief is something that we create, that it's something huge, and it's a conscious effort that we need to put in. Rather, I've realized that it's really not that big of a deal. Belief is something that just happens. Belief is something that you consciously notice, and eventually it becomes very subconscious. Well, for me, that's what heart spotting is. Heart spotting tells my brain that, hey, pay attention, this matters. Heart spotting makes me look for things, makes me find things that have always been there. I just failed to notice them before. And trust me, like I started my talk, that I was finding hearts before, but now hearts were finding me. And after today, they will find you too. So here's my challenge for you. When you do find a heart, take it as a sign. Take it as a sign that belief is real. take it as a sign that belief is not passive. That belief is not wishful thinking either. And let me ask you this today. What have you been training your brain to see? And what would change if you started believing differently? Because like I said, that belief is real. Focus on the point that what you focus on grows. When you see a heart, focus on the point that something unimaginable is happening for you while you sit here and listen to me talk and you don't even know the full picture yet. Whatever you're looking for is already looking for you too. And I promise you that. And if you believe ferociously enough, it will find you every single time. Thank you so much.